Your call.
Kimberlin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you guys?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
See what you got yourself into? See what you got
Hey,
yourself
you know
into?
what? I think Bold and Beautiful says it perfectly, guys.
Emphasis on bold, less on beautiful. Now, professionally, you spent your career as an actor, and you're also a business owner. You're best known as an actor, but I found out that you own a number of businesses and actually employ over 100 people, right?
Yeah, that's right. You know, I knew that as an actress, I wouldn't be working forever, that the day would come. So I put my money to work for me. And I have several different businesses. One I have by myself is my design company. And then I have an avocado farm, a small one up in North County, San Diego. But then businesses that my husband and I are in together, we're in the boating and marina business, the bait and tackle business. Down in the San Diego area, and we employ over 100 people at any given time and up to 180 during our busiest time of the year.
That's awesome.
That's
Wow.
great. Yeah. Well, the next time we get you on, you're going to need to come in studio. If you think it's crazy from your side, you got to try it from this side.
Yeah, maybe bring some fish and some avocado. And
you know what? They go well together, don't they?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hey, everything goes well with avocado. Come on.
Absolutely.
So how is it being on the right side of the political spectrum in Hollywood?
Well, wait a minute. Before we do that,
all right.
What in the world got you into politics? I mean, you were happy making money with avocados. You're happy going fishing and sitting on the bay. Now you get into politics?
Well, you know, I just I couldn't be silent any longer. I feel like my voice has been taken for so many years, and for the first time in the history of our country, we're not leaving something better to our youth. And I'm horrified to think that I'm going to be a part of that generation that doesn't leave an America better than the one that I inherited from my mom and dad and my grandparents. We desperately need to get new blood on both sides of the aisle that will actually take our voice to Washington with them instead of their own.
Amen.
So let's go back to Mike's question, because I think that was a good question. I just had to stick my nose in it.
Yeah, what was it like? Yeah. What's it like being on the right side of the political spectrum, working in Hollywood, being an actress? What's that like? What's that experience been?
You know, it's really the people I work with are wonderful. I can't lie. My show is incredibly diverse, and even my friends that I work with that know that I'm not of the same, you know, belief system that they are. They've been incredibly encouraging to me. It hasn't always been that easy. It's really difficult for me coming from Hollywood when you see these huge named actors and actresses make comments to the American public, to the world basically, without truly educating themselves on what it is they're saying. Mm-hmm. And I think they do so much harm. It's like, you know, Trump says basically fake news all day long, and unfortunately we have an entire group of actors that buy into that fake news. And
you're not just I mean, I described you as on the right side of the political spectrum, but you're a very vocal Trump supporter. Is that correct? Is that an accurate statement?
Yes, it is an accurate statement. I was invited to a forum of 100 small business women up in Anaheim before one of his rallies, and this is during the primaries. And I wasn't really sure that I was for Trump. And my husband said that I owed it to myself, since I was invited to this group, to go and hear what he had to say. So I did. And he was running late. And they offered the podium to small business women to get up and talk about the issues that are affecting them every day. And it was really sad to hear, you know, this young couple that started their own company, their own insurance agency out of college together, and used to employ 28 people and could barely keep seven of their employees going. And then the next one was a doctor who said, you know, please be aware of your prescription meds, because they're going to be doubling in 2018 and nobody's even talking about it. She was very concerned about her elderly clientele being able to afford the meds they need to stay alive. And then there was a judge who got up to speak, and she said it's so important that you do your homework and don't just check a box because, well, I don't really know who the judge is, but I know we need one. She said because, especially in the state of California, we need judges that actually rule on the letter of law, not their interpretation of law,
not their feelings.
Exactly. And if you look at the Ninth District in the state of California, the vast majority of everything they rule on is overturned by the Supreme Court. So what is that telling you? We need people out there that actually have our voice and are actually following the rules the way that they make us follow them. And then I just don't know what came over me. I jumped up and I started speaking. I started talking about NAFTA, which affects us. It affects the acting industry that nobody really wants to pay attention to. Mm-hmm. It affects my avocado business. I talked about Obamacare, what that did to our company, what it did to our employees. We have an entire group of young people moving to the underground economy that the media doesn't even talk about.
Yeah,
trying to get paid cash so that they don't have to go on Obamacare.
It's also true. This is Lance, by the way, and a lot of great points. And Redlands, California is not too far from you, and same thing with Murrieta. They've allowed for concealed carry permits for people who pretty much want them. What's your feelings on that?
I think that if somebody wants a concealed carry permit and they're properly trained for it, they have every right to have one. And I've got to tell you, I completed my first course.
Wow.
From defensive tactics and firearms up in Fallbrook.
Yeah, it's Morgan up in Fallbrook, who's a member of proud member of San Diego County Gunners. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's made it so much fun that I've gone back 3 times already. I had no idea you had to take a practical pistol course just to even purchase a gun in the state of California. Most of my firearms I actually won. In celebrity shoot events. My very first one was at the Charlton Heston celebrity shoot, and then did a lot of Hollywood celebrity shoots, and then the Mandrell sisters. So I just, I'm definitely for gun rights. I'm definitely for our Second Amendment, and I look forward to getting my concealed carry here shortly.
Well, we appreciate that. We've got to go to a break here in a second. But before we do, can you maybe give us your website and how people can get a hold of you? And you're running in the 36th district, is that correct?
Yep. I am. Yep. I'm running in the 36th district, and Raul Ruiz is not a Second Amendment guy. I need all the help I can get. You can go to KimberlinForCongress.com.
Hey, and if you keep Thermal Racetrack open,
yes,
you'll get my vote.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Okay. I was just there, and I haven't gotten over it yet. It's just a phenomenal facility. But no, seriously, we love having folks like you on, because this is what we need to do. We need to get people like you just starting out with the right attitude. And I think I just can't tell you how important it is. Michael, thank you very much for having her on.
Absolutely. Give me your website one more time, Kimberlin.
KimberlinForCongress.com.
Excellent.
And I appreciate you guys. Thanks a bunch for having me on.
No, we appreciate you being the warrior for us all. Thank you.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.